Hello, this is Robert. It's good to be talking to you again. Something a little different. This is more of a story on how I got started in coins and how my interest developed. Growing up in the city in the early 60s, my brother and myself used to walk to school, and every morning before we left our house, our mother used to give us a nickel. And this would be for recess candy. We'd get the old Mary Janes, the wacky packages, the Mallow cups. And when we'd come home after school, she'd give us a dime, and we'd go down to the local pharmacy. Pharmacy still sold ice cream, candies, and treats, and we'd get a 12-ounce soda. So I slowly realized that there was two of everything. One morning, I remember when my mother handed me a nickel, she said, "Oh, look at this. It has an Indian head on it." And I didn't think much of it. To me, the only thing the nickel represented to me at the time was just a treat that I was going to get later in the day. Then I started to get a little curious. Then I realized that there were two varieties of reverses on the pennies. Then there were two varieties of nickels. Then there were two varieties of dimes. Then there were two varieties of quarters. And then there were two varieties of half dollars. And then I noticed that the dates on one of the varieties were older than the other variety. Then I also realized, going through change, that there are also a different variety of nickels and pennies that were minted during the wartime. Looking at these coins, I realized that one variety turned out to be older than the other variety, and I got curious. And my dad had a copy of the United States Guidebook of Coins, the Red Book, the 1959 edition. I started looking up the prices. And then that's where I started picking these coins out of pocket change. And when I got my allowance over the weekend, my brother and myself would go to the local coin dealer. We would go to the coin dealer's junk box, and for a quarter, we would get our choice of a common date, Liberty nickel, or Barber dime. Now I have an interesting story to tell you. It's funny, it's a little sad, but it's also very interesting. A week before, I picked up my dad's copy of his guidebook of the United States coins, and I started realizing the values and the scarcity of coins. I asked my dad for a dime for soda one day, and my friend was waiting outside, and he gave me the dime, and I went out, and my buddy and I were looking at the dime, and we said, "Look at this, it's a 1940 12 dime." It was a 1941 too. We didn't think nothing of it because I wasn't actually a young collector at that time. It was a week away, and with that, I bought the soda. 1 week later, is when I picked up my dad's copy of the Guidebook of the United States Coins, and then I found it, a 1942 over 41 overdate. So here I am, all these years after, like the Captain Ahab, looking for that 1942 over 41 overdate dime that I missed. Well, I think at this point, it looks like I'm just going to have to buy one. Till next time. Thank you.